Good evening, everyone. I hope you all had a green day today, and I would like to recap my EXAS or EXAS trade for you guys today. For those of you that may have seen, EXAS was not on my watch list this morning. I post all my watch lists every day, as well as my trades and recaps on StockTwits. But EXAS did appear on my scanner. I use Trade Ideas as a scanner. And as you could see throughout the day, it was trending upwards. When I see a ticker is trending upwards, as EXAS was, I kind of look for volume signals as to where it might reverse. EXAS isn't a ticker that I usually trade. Say if it was AMD or NEO, those are tickers that I commonly trade, so I kind of know how much volume is either topping out volume, exhausting volume. So I know where or how much volume is enough or about enough for it to reverse. In this case, I had nothing really to compare it to, so I just looked intraday. And for most tickers, the first few minutes of the market open is the highest volume of the day. So that's kind of what I compared it to. Now, it doesn't have to be higher or exactly the same as the opening candles, but close to is what I'm looking for. So if we zoom in to around where I took the trade, up here, you could see that we threw up this volume here, which was a good signal for me. It caught my eye, and I was looking closely on the trade. And again, for those of you that look or have watched my other recaps, I trade mostly reversals, but on top of that, most of my trades are double tops or double bottoms. So in this case, when we threw up this good volume here, made a top here, I was looking for a double top, and we got it right here on the second top. For those of you that might wonder why I didn't take this top right here, I have very strict parameters onto where I take my trades, and one of those parameters is I have to see a clear attempt to break the first top or the first bottom. So although this second top here could be considered a second top, it wasn't close enough to the first top for me to consider my second top. And again, for those of you that follow me or subscribe to my YouTube, there are some days where I won't post anything because I just don't take a trade. I have very strict parameters, and if I don't find those intraday, I simply won't take trades. I kind of found my edge in where I can be profitable in the market, and that's just the trades that I take at the moment. So on this top here, I didn't see a clear enough attempt to break the first top, so I kind of just waited. And I was lucky enough here to see a very nice attempt to break the first top. It failed, as you could see. And again, if anyone has seen my other recaps or just the screenshots of my trades, after the second top or the second bottom, I wait one candle, and then after that candle, I take the trade to the short side or to the long side on the break of that candle. In this case, you could see I kind of broke that rule of mine. I took it a little bit prematurely. At this point in the day, it was past 2 o'clock. I was a little bit antsy because I haven't taken a trade. I wish I would have actually waited, just because I don't like breaking my rules. This time I did, but fortunate for me, it worked out for me. So once I was in the trade, I continued on with it. I waited, I was patient, and I took my first partial in this area around the 137 level. I took my first partial here for two reasons. It was close to a whole dollar level, one, and two, because there was, on the level 2, there was an ask congregating in this level. I try to wait generally for the 2 to 1. If you look here, I marked it for you guys. My entry was at 140.04. And if I remember correctly, my stop was also here at 141.41. So this was a little bit more than 2 times my risk. I was risking this much. So I just jumped right in front of this ask on the level 2. For the rest of my partials, as you can see here, I either did whole dollar levels, and as well as whole dollar levels, if there was an ask congregating on the level 2, I jumped in with them. And I rode this all the way down from the top to, you can see the 200 moving average coming in here. I didn't ride it to VWAP only because I ran out of shares at this point. So I actually sold off or bought back the rest of my shares at this point. If we look the rest of the day, it broke VWAP obviously right here. It was bouncing around a little bit before it kind of came up a little bit, but again, it was just at VWAP. So what I could have done better on this trade, I could have been more patient with these partials, but I'm not too disappointed on my trade management throughout this trade. I followed my rules all the way through except my entry, but all my partials were with level 2 and whole dollar levels. When I trade stocks in the $100 plus price point, usually 50-cent or whole dollar levels are respected heavily, you'll see. So this is my recap on my EXAS trade. If you guys would like to see any more of my trades, I post them all on StockTwits as well as my watch list every day. So here you are. This is my profile. You can follow me here. You could subscribe to me on YouTube, or you can't. It's up to you. I'll see you guys later in the week with more of my recaps.